I ordered more special edition books. And no, I have not read them yet. Hey guys, it's Mo from Mo Reads It, and today we're doing a book haul. A happy huge haul of books. So I've been accumulating these books since around February, and I have acquired quite a lot of books, so I figured it was time for a haul. And let's just get started, right? First book in this series, Malibu Rising. Tell me how this book was so hard to find. I was looking for this book for like a whole month. So I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, and she's just so good. I've only read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but it was decadent. I highly suggest reading it. I think everyone should read that book at least once in their life. So I needed to get more Taylor Jenkins Reid's novels for my bookshelf. I plan on keeping this book as a self-care book for one of my book boxes. So at the beginning of the year, I haven't made them this year yet. I like to make these cute little book boxes to open when I really want like deep self-care, and I always put a book inside. And this is going to be one of my book picks for my self-care book of this year. So as far as Malibu Rising goes, I don't know much about the book. I think it has to do with one of the characters from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but I don't really remember exactly, and I kind of want to be left in the dark when I read this, so I'm not going to read the synopsis or anything to you guys because I'm trying to keep it a surprise for later for me. Haven't even unboxed this one yet. I don't think this is the book I bought. This is called Beauty Sleep, Look Younger, Lose Weight, and Feel Great Through Better Sleep, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't the book I ordered. Random book that I end up having. I bought a book about sleep, but it wasn't this book. Maybe I misordered. After this video, I'm gonna have to check my Amazon orders because that one seems incorrect. The next box from Amazon. These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. Okay, so I read Lexi Ryan's These Hollow Vows in February, when I wasn't feeling well, and it definitely gave me all the ACOTAR vibes. It was better written than ACOTAR, but still in the whole if fairy world was reality TV vibe. That's how I classify ACOTAR, These Hollow Vows, and From Blood and Ash. Fairy reality TV. So that explains This Hollow Vows. I really liked it. I wasn't feeling well in February when I read this book, and it definitely just had me laughing and just kept me going. I do have lots of issues with this book, but overall I bought it because it was fun to read, so it ends up on the shelves. So These Hollow Vows is pretty much ACOTAR and From Blood and Ash. If you love these two books, you'll love this one. Also, they say if you like Crow Prince, you also like this one. But long story short, These Hollow Vows is about Bree. Bree does not like fairies until one day her sister is sold by her evil aunt. Which technically, this is like a Cinderella-esque story. There's even like a whole ball at midnight thing happening. And this also has selection vibes. This book has so many vibes that honestly, I need to make a book talk for this book because there's just a lot happening. But she pretty much has to go to Fairy World to get her sister back from the evil fire guy. And her journey is pretty much discovering like who she is, getting her sister back, and being torn between these two fae guys. If you like fae reality TV, you will like this book. Oh, and the next book, This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. I loved This Woven Kingdom. It was such a good book. It was decadent to say the least. It was my first Tahereh Mafi novel, so a lot of people have read her famous novel, Shatter Me. Lots of people love that book. I was supposed to read it 9 years ago before I got into this horrible reading slump, and I never did. And now I have. A whole almost decade later, I have read Shatter Me. And I read Shatter Me after I read This Woven Kingdom. So This Woven Kingdom was so good. So This Woven Kingdom is about Alize. She is this disposable servant girl, and she is the long-lost heir to the Jinn Kingdom. She has these magical powers, and she's pretty much just living undercover as a servant girl. And one day, she catches the eyes of the prince in this kingdom that she's hiding in, and the story kind of just unfolds. It does have kind of like a Cinderella-esque story. I did a whole book talk on it, so if you want to, check it out. But the reason that I bought This Woven Kingdom, the original cover, is because I actually got This Woven Kingdom in the Illumicrate box, and the silver and gold foiling was coming off, disintegrating underneath my fingertips, and it really pissed me off. So I bought the original book because it's just falling apart. It's really disappointing. This is such a beautiful book, but the foiling is coming off. It's just going to become a blue book one day. Really bothered me. To this day, still bothers me. So I just got the original cover. I really like the book. It's so beautiful. Gorgeous. And those sprayed edges. And then the next books that I got in this haul is the Outlander's first books in the series. So I recently started watching Outlander on Netflix. If you haven't watched Outlander, you probably should. It was really good. It is like the vibes are just all there. So I got the books because I was obsessed with the Netflix series, and I was like, if the show is this good, then the books have to be better, because it's always the other way around. If the show is bad, then the books are good, and yada yada yada. But I had to do this, so I ended up getting Outlander, Dragon in the Ember, Drums of Autumn, and Voyager. I'm excited to read these books. I plan on reading them through audiobook. They are huge books. They're pretty thick, so I want to read them when I have time. But I'm excited to read them. So Outlander is about Claire. She has been a combat nurse in 1945, and she is pretty much trying to find herself and get back to her life after the war. So she's left nursing. She's left combat nursing, and she's going to on this like vacation with her husband to pretty much like relearn to be like an everyday person and cultivate her relationship with her husband. And while she's on this vacation in Scotland, she goes to this ancient stone area, and she travels through time to Scotland of 1743. And this is pretty much what I think is going to be a love triangle, because she falls in love with Jamie in Scotland, and she's like, I need to go back to my own time and my own husband, but oh my gosh, this Jamie person. That was a really bad synopsis. Guys, just watch the show. Watch the Netflix show. Read an Amazon review. Do something. That was such a bad review. But these books are going to be good because I say they are. But the show was so good. The show was epic. The first season wrenched my heart. So one of my pet peeves is I actually have no idea what order these books go in. I wish they put the order of the book on the spine, because now I have to get them back into this little box, and I have no idea what order they came in. So this next book was actually a Illumicrate special edition of Song of Achilles and Circe. I want to say it's pronounced Circe, but honestly I have no idea. By Madeline Miller. So these next books is Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller along with Circe. I actually have no idea how to pronounce this book, but I hauled these because they were special edition. They are gorgeous, and I'm a naked hardback type of girl. Like, look at those end pages. Look at them. They're so beautiful. And this book is really high quality. This is a really good high quality book. It definitely gives me like those old school book vibes. But they're just gorgeous, and I had to get the special editions. Have I read these books yet? No. Do I really hope that they are 5-star reads because I bought the expensive special edition of them? Yes. It does come with this really cute slipcase as well that's just beautiful and decadent. And it's going to be beautiful in my bookcase. I really hope I love these books because I have not read them. Which is the same case for these next items. I ordered more special edition books. And no, I have not read them yet. So these are my special edition fairy loot books that I ordered, and it is the Diviners series by Libba Bray. So I definitely got lost in the hype for this book because I bought it because so many people were talking about it, and I was scared it was going to sell out, and it did sell out, but like, I don't even know if I like these books, and I bought the special edition of them, but they are so gorgeous. But I'm not going to lie, the bookish box made a decadent exclusive edition to this book. It was so beautiful. If I had seen that one before I bought this one, I would have bought that one, but it's too late now. I am here for the naked hardback moment though. It's gorgeous. It has like a little eye on it. Nice spine. And they are pretty, but I've never read the series before, so I really hope I like these books. I did buy the entire series. They are all really gorgeous with their colorway and their gold sprayed edges and so on and so forth, but I am mad because the ends of these books are dented heavily. And I expected more for my special exclusive edition buy, but it's okay. It's okay. They do have black splayed edges, all of them, and I think one of them is signed, or they might not be signed. I might have gotten the unsigned copy, but yeah, they're not signed. Oh well. I got the Diviners, a Lair of Dreams, Before the Devil Breaks You, and the Crown of Crows. I remember past Libba Bray's writing, I remember liking it, but I wasn't in love with it. But the hype around this was so high that I got lost in it, and I just bought these not knowing if I liked them or liked the book or anything. So worst case, I end up having to get rid of these one day, but for now, I have them. I really hope I like them. I was really scared they're going to sell out and I wasn't going to be able to get the exclusive edition before reading it, so I just bit the bullet and I bought it. I really hope it works out for me. They're so beautiful. These next books are actually from book boxes that I've just gotten over the past few months. So they do have like exclusive covers and signing and all of this beautiful hardback beauties. The first book I'll start off with is Gallant by V.E Schwab. This is an exclusive edition. It is a gorgeous edition. The sprayed edges on this are simply decadent. I do have the exclusive cover as well as beautiful end pages. And the covers on these are so gorgeous. All my naked hardback girl dreams are coming true. Every month I get a new book box. So Gallant is one of V.E.'s newest releases. It just came out in March. Her name's Olivia, and she is summoned to her uncle's house after she is done with school, and she shows up and pretty much her uncle has already passed away. So the estate is empty. Her uncle is dead except for her cousin Mafi and the servants, and she's permitted to stay in the house, but she has to follow some rules. Don't go out after dusk, and always stay on the right side of the crumbling wall. Gallant house is full of secrets, and it's a place where the ghouls are powerful. And naturally, as all little protagonist goes, she must find answers to her past. And that is Gallant by V.E Schwab. The next book, I actually already read this one, is Only a Monster by Vanessa Lynn. This was a really good book. It is a contemporary fantasy-ish, but I actually liked it. Only a monster can kill a hero, and it's actually so true. I like this book. I gave it 4 stars, even though overall in my heart it felt like it was a 3-star book overall. But the ending at the end, the plot twist really hooked me, and I'm actually really looking forward to the sequel to this book. So I really liked it. Only a Monster is about this girl. She pretty much goes on vacation to her mom's side of the family in London, and her life is going really well. She has this good volunteer job. She recently got asked out by this really cute guy that she's really liked for a long time, and everything's going well until she does this good Samaritan act, and her world is kind of thrown upside down, and she's discovering that she's a monster. She's the bad guy, and she must now. And this cute guy that she liked, the one that she's had a crush on for so long, he's actually a monster slayer, and she has to team up with a rival family's son to help save not just herself, but her family. And I really liked this book. It was very good. I do have the exclusive cover from Fairy Loot, and the artwork for this was very good. Look at those end pages. They're so gorgeous. Fairy Loot always does these covers with the characters on them. It's a really nice cover. And of course, we have some sprayed edges. I love how they're now doing artwork, not on the dust jacket, but in the end papers, where it truly matters. I take off my dust jackets all the time, and I just toss them places. This next book actually got a lot of hype, and I ended up reading it, even though I didn't really want to. Nothing called to me about it, but I'm so happy I did, because it's a 4-star book. If Ever Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This book was so good. Your presence is required at once for urgent business. Please return to Cadiance with your harp upon receipt. This is the exclusive Illumicrate edition. Those sprayed edges are gorgeous, and I love this cover way more than the original cover. The original cover was bleh, but it looks like an old school children's fairy tale book. I love it. And the end page art truly fits the vibe of the story. So A River Enchanted is about a guy, his name. So River Enchanted main character is actually a guy, and he pretty much left this island where his family is from to go to the mainland to learn about music, until one day he's called back by the heiress of the East, and she's like, hey, I need you to come back with your instrument and I need you to play for the spirits because the girls in our island are going missing and we think the spirits are taking them because we pissed them off for some reason. And he's like, okay, I'm coming to play for the spirits. And while paying for the spirits, they unravel this whole like year-long mystery, and they discover that this is way more than they signed up for. And this book was good. I don't want to give away too much because I feel like I'm not very good at doing synopses or not spoiling things, so I'm gonna stop speaking now. But great book. I give it 4 stars. I think I gave it like a 4.5. I don't really remember, honestly. But it was a really good book. I'm looking forward to the second book a lot. And it's so gorgeous. I love this edition. I'm so happy I got this edition because the original edition, I don't like it at all. It makes me not want to read it. But this edition speaks to me. And last but not least, The Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. This was one of my most anticipated reads and releases of 2022, and it did not let down. Look at those sprayed edges. Look at it. Look at it. Gorgeous. Decadent. We love it. This book is all types of beauty and more. The naked hardback. The inner artwork. It was just beautiful all around. So Daughter of the Moon Goddess is about this girl, and she is literally the daughter of the moon goddess. And pretty much her mom is exiled to the moon because she drinks this forbidden elixir given to her husband by the Empire, and she wasn't supposed to drink it. So she is banished to the moon, and now unknowing to them, she was pregnant at the time, and she had a daughter, and her daughter is in banishment with her. And she does not know this. Her daughter does not know she's banished until one day her magic like trickles out and she alerts the celestial kingdom that, hey, something's happening on the moon, but this woman's not supposed to be escaping, is she? But like, none of this stuff is supposed to be happening. Who's doing magic on the moon? So she runs away and she pretty much comes to the celestial kingdom, and she ends up becoming the companion to the prince, and she actually studies with him, learns like how to fight, magic, and art, and all these cool things while living at the Celestial Kingdom Palace with the Emperor's son in disguise. And slowly yet surely, they start to fall in love, and then we get a love triangle, and this love triangle wasn't horribly done. This is probably like one of the, I would go as far as saying, one of the least annoyingly written love stories I have read in a long time. And it was so good. It's based off of Chinese mythology, and I am looking forward to the sequel of this book. I'm so happy I got this cover, but the original cover is also gorgeous and decadent. I'm thinking of just picking it up just because the cover is so beautiful. The next book is The Ivory Key. I look forward to reading this book. It recently just came out, and I didn't actually feel like reading it until recently. Pretty much this book is about this book revolves around a family, and they all are going after this ancient artifact called the Ivory Key. I don't know much about it, and I'm trying to stay a little bit in the dark about it because I'm not super compelled to read it. I have these moments where I'm like, oh, I really want to read this, and moments where I'm just like, I don't really want to read it. And I keep flopping back and forth, and I know when I start doing that, I need to lay off the synopsis because it might not grip me when I want it to. So I'm gonna keep myself pretty much in the blind for this one, but I'm excited to read it as of right now, and I know it's gonna have some family drama going on, so I'm excited for that. And that is all, folks. That is all the books I've hauled recently. It's been a time. It's been a day. I have so many great books to read, a lot of great books that I look forward to rereading, and I am just loving this, honestly. Hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Remember, I'm here every Friday. Happy reading, y'all. Bye.